I know, you speak on how much the show is inspired by his upbringing and his experiences. Do you feel like the show is living up to his expectations now?
I would hope so. Yeah, I would hope. It was when he was here. That's the thing. Like John, was really ecstatic about the show. It would be us that would be like, "Yo, what's going on?" John would every cut he would love, and he would brag about the show and take us out. And I mean, anytime you saw John talking about this show, he was always positive and ecstatic and knew where it was going and what it was doing. So yeah, he just saw it. He just
Right.
saw it. He knew it. I can't guess on the spirit realm, but I know that that even the things that are going on with the show now are done with integrity. Is done with him in mind, and we're proud. We're proud. There's always can be things, I'll see things where people will be like, "Oh, well, this wouldn't have happened if John." And for me, I would say I don't know, because there's one thing about at least my relationship with John. I never could pinpoint his perspective. There would be certain things where I'd be like, dead to right, John would think this about this. And then I would ask him, and he would be coming to me from left field. I'd be like, "What? What? So that's how you see that?"
Right.
So I remember that's a truth around my head, that you don't know what a close friend or a mentor or a visionary, you don't know what they would think about anything. That's what made them so dope, is that perspective, you needed to get it from them. You needed it straight from the horse's mouth, because with it came a lot of intelligence, just intellect and insight and creativity and history, and it was all wrapped up in this experience of John Singleton.
Right.
So there's no need to, guess on what he would have thought.
Right.
I'm going to tell you what he would have thought.
Right.
You don't know.
Right. You actually had a scene where you had to kill a woman. What was that like to play a role killing a woman?
Yeah, I didn't even think of it like that. That's interesting that you
Right.
see it like that. A role where you killed the woman.
Yo, that's kind of intense.
That was actually so that's perspective, right? So a role that you killed the woman. No, I see that as a role, a moment where I was protecting a woman, because that character got killed because they tried to kill the person that means the most to me, which was Luann Saint.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, she was in the crosshairs because Louis was in the crosshairs and got hurt. So it's interesting how that, but no, I didn't see it like that. That person got killed because what they did to Louis, and Louis needed justice.
Right. How are you, though? How are you responding to people in public? Are you getting asked for photos?
Yeah.
Way more?
A lot more, yeah. A lot more. I love it. It's dope. It's great to be well received. It's not always that, right? So when it is that, when you've done something and it's a calling card to your work and people have been moved by it, it feels good for people to, to give you a pat on the back. Sometimes it can get a little crazy, but that's part of what you sign up for when you pick these type of professions. So I take it all in stride, and when I need a little time to myself, or I feel like I can't go out a certain place with my family because then I'll choose to do something a little bit more private. But when I'm out and about and I see people, or people want to call me by the character's name and may not even know my name, there's no reason or need to me to take offense by that or anything, because it really actually does come from the love of what they see.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Real quick. Well, also, you had On the new season, you beat up a guy pretty badly. Can you describe the process of creating a realistic beatdown on camera?
Well, it starts with these, right? But yeah, again, I feel like a lot of these moments with this character, like I'm a character actor, so to me, it's what will you do or won't do to protect what's most important to you. And for my character, what's most important to him is the woman by his side. So I'm gonna use everything I got at my, I'm gonna use everything. And in that moment, there was this scene, and I think they were, I think the writers, credit and kudos to the writers, because they wanted to show, in a sense, a mental illness that was developing within the character Jerome, and there's been seeds of that, and anger issues, and because of the lifestyle that they, like you mentioned, like embodying this woman the season before, all of those things accumulate. A lot of times we see in our entertainment, our art, no repercussions for the heinous things that go on, but in real life, stuff tends to stick with you a little bit. Stuff is a little bit more tacky than drop that gun, pick up another gun, keep on killing. So I'm glad. I think that there's actually a bit of responsibility in moments where you show the effects, the ill effects of the lifestyle.
Right.
And for Jerome, so even though the pounding out is kind of like the sensational thing, the thing that gets things going, I like what happened afterward, that he actually had to digress and and deal with the repercussions of these kind of quick spur of the moment actions where he's releasing. Homeboy got a lot of, they released the smacking on him that he wasn't prepared for, which happens. We see that in real life. People snap, snap, and you're like, oh wow, the squabble is on, because but yeah, the ingredients to a good squabbling scene is, first of all, hopefully you can fight. So if you can fight and you lay them things down, it was fun shooting that scene, because I have an action background, so I love to. And to me, those are the perfect situations where you can take a character that has a unique perspective and things that he'll live and die for, and then you mix it with the training of being able to fight, but he's fighting for something that he loves or that he's trying to protect. I feel the same way when the fight scene with Damson the year before with Franklin, when he fighting his nephew. So oftentimes, the production are leading into some of these more physical things with me because of knowing,
Definitely. Obviously this season, Jerome and his wife turn against his nephew Saint. How did you feel when you read that in the script? And do you feel like the public is mad at you for doing that?
Yeah. Okay, we getting the recent thing. I feel like again, you just worded something. You said that he turned. I don't know if I turned on my nephew. I don't know if I've turned on my nephew. I feel like I'm caught between a rock and a hard place with Louis and Saint. I feel like they both want two different things and they're going in two different directions. And I feel like I'm one of the things that's tethering them together. So I see myself more as being in the middle than really having picked a side.
Mm-hmm.
But in the real world, not picking a side is picking a side. So I can understand how the audience could be like, I've already squatted up. So then if it's that, then bring what the fuck you bring. Then.
How'd you feel when you read the script?
How did I feel when I read that script? I'm assuming you're talking about the season finale.
Yeah.
Because to me, the handwriting been on the wall
Okay.
almost that entire season. So to me, the only thing that happened in the season finale was that he stole a lot of bread and, kind of burnt it down. So how did I feel about that? We got to see the next year.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like that's what makes Snowfall really, really, really good, is that we know the geopolitical things is going on. Contra Sandinistas, the CIA, now the KGB. But then there's this family dynamic, this sort of Game of Thrones that's happening within families as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy. How do you feel about Snowfall not winning any awards?
Oh, I think that's crazy. Which one you think we should win?
I mean, what is the TV one? The Emmys?
TV one. The Emmys?
Right?
Interesting. Yeah, there's Emmys. Yeah, there's Emmys, definitely. How do I feel that they haven't won? I don't know if I feel anyway that they haven't won. I feel like I feel a little bit more that they haven't been nominated,
Okay.
perhaps.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, but that's, there's a voting body. So if the voting body thinks that there's something else that's
right.
That it's not like there's an audience that's choosing the nominations
right.
or the winners. So obviously we got more work to do.